Hello and welcome to the Thomas and Mack Center. I'm your host for tonight, Andrew Crooks. We're here at NBA Summer League out here in Sin City, and it's time for the SBC Sound-Off. Before we get into it tonight with my friends and analysts, Unshin Nath, Fred Nettles, and Faith Lamel, I do have some breaking news out of Utah. Donovan Mitchell is officially in negotiations to go to the New York Knicks from Shams Charania. You got to think that R.J. Barrett's going to be in that package, and Danny Ainge, Trader Danny, is going to get all those picks, just like he did for Rudy. They're going full rebuild in Utah, tanking for the legend Frenchman, Victor Wembanyama. So let's get right into it. First question, of all the teams that missed the NBA play-in last year, who do you think has the best chance to jump into that top six?
Well, Andrew, of course in the East, the Miami Heat, they were number one. They were the one seed in the East last year. And the Phoenix Suns were number one. They finished the regular season number one in the West. And in this, we're looking for which team will get kicked out of the top six between the Heat in the East, between the Heat, Celtics, Bucks, Sixers, and Raptors and Bulls. And and my surprise pick will be the Pistons in the East.
Ooh, I like that.
The Pistons
Big
in the
Cade Cunningham guy, Fred. You're speaking my language.
Well, not Cade Cunningham per se. More Jaden Ivey. More of a Jaden Ivey
It's the
fan.
thunder and lightning approach. You got the two of them.
Yeah.
You got the quick twitch movements of Ivy, and you got the savvy basketball skill of Cade Cunningham.
Of course. The Detroit Pistons, they're building the right way through the draft. They're building a quality foundation, and I'm very excited to see what the Pistons front office and the team are going to do moving forward. My pick for the West would be the Los Angeles Lakers. I know that's an easy answer. It's an easy answer to say the LA Lakers, but LeBron, LeBron James isn't going to miss two playoffs in a row in consecutive seasons. So my two picks are in the East, the Detroit Pistons, and the West, the LA Lakers.
I like it.
Well,
Faith, what about you? Let's hear it.
They say great minds think alike. You definitely stole my answer. I was definitely going to say Lakers. I know we're rebuilding. We might have Kyrie back with LeBron. Might be like, a throwback. You never know. So I'm definitely excited to see what they're going to do this season and adjustments are going to be made, trades and package deals. Are they going to take pay cuts to try to squeeze some more players in and rebuild? So it's going to be exciting. What do you think?
Yeah, so in the Eastern Conference, I'm going to have to go with the Washington Wizards. They finished 12th in the conference, but, they were only a couple games out. Well, not a couple, 6, 7 games out to play it. But here's the thing,
That's
Bradley
close.
Beal didn't really play too much last year. Just signed a massive extension. We'll see if that kind of incentivizes him to get back in the flow. Kristaps Porzingis played 5 games last year for them. I expect him to be back and ready to play for them. He's a great big man when he's utilized the right way. They also traded for Monte Morris, and they also, in that deal, they got Will Barton as well, 2 younger, more athletic type of players that could really round out the perimeter. So, give me the Wizards to replace the Bulls.
I have one question for you on the Wizards. Hold on. We'll get to the kicking the Bulls out here. Hold on.
The Wizards to replace the Bulls.
Yeah.
What have the Wizards done in the past? I don't know. 2 decades.
Here, let me tell you this. Okay?
With Brad,
hey, Arenas was pretty good, man. Come on.
Of course, with the signing
John Wall.
Of course, with the re-signing of Bradley Beal. I mean, he's stacking cake. We're not gonna count his bread. But Bradley Beal is
251 for those keeping track at home. We do count the bread.
251 M's, right? And so you expect the Wizards to jump. I don't know, the Bulls, the Raptors, the Sixers, the Bucks, the Celtics.
Wait. No, they're not jumping all of them.
No, but I'm saying you have to pull one of those teams out
and
to replace them. And so I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
Let me explain.
I got one question for you before you get into it. You're not concerned at all about Kyle Kuzma's sweater dragging the team down?
Oh, no, I love Kyle Kuzma's sweater. And not only that, I think everything he does is going to help this team, everything on the court and off the court. But let me just tell you something real quick.
Kyle Kuzma, you're fresh, by the way, man.
Hey, I love Kuz. Kuzmania, always.
Yeah, so the Wizards, like the question is, which has the best chance? In my opinion, none of these teams have a great chance to replace it. But out of all the teams in the NBA who missed the play-in, they have the best chance because Bradley Beal, I mean, you can maybe argue, like, my pick in the West would be the Portland Trailblazers for similar reason.
Okay.
Bradley Beal and Damian Lillard are coming back. Those are two players who are elite guards at their position. Damian Lillard is arguably top 10 player. So I just, it's more about a belief in the player and his ability to kind of carry them to wins. And a lot of regular season games, you'll see Lillard and Beal wins a lot of games for them. So I don't really think that they have a great chance to replace the Bulls.
But if you had to pick
But if
one.
I had to pick one, yes, exactly.
So I actually, I'm going to go with two completely substandard franchises over the last decade. The Sacramento Kings. I actually love everything they've done this offseason. They're finally starting to put a lineup together. I know they took a lot of slack for taking Keegan over Jaden Ivey, but how do you take Ivey with Fox? Keegan makes sense with Sabonis. He fits with Mitchell. He's on the timeline moving forward. He can play off Barnes. He can play off Huerter. And he's been dominant since we got out here in Vegas. So I'll go with the Kings as my flyer. And for me in the East, I'm all in on the Orlando Magic. I'm drinking the Paolo Kool-Aid. Franz is one of the most versatile players in the league as a rookie. He's a 6'10" shooting guard who can do it from all over the floor. I know it's not likely, but I'll roll with the Magic. I think they're 10 deep, legit NBA talent, and I'm excited to see what they put out this year.
All I'm going to say is that no team has ever – I don't know how many teams have ever made that kind of jump, but I'm excited for the Magic too.
Nine spots would be a lot.
9 spots would be a lot.
All right, so let's change tune here. We talked about the teams with a little bit of upside. Now let's talk about the teams falling out. Obviously, I think we all agree in the West, especially after the breaking news from Shams, the Jazz will not be competitive this year. They're in the Wembayama sweepstakes, as I mentioned, unless all of a sudden Jared Vanderbilt's dropping 30 a game, which Timberwolves would riot over. So let's go to the East. Of the top 6, who do we think is going to fall out? Unch, we know you think the Bulls. So let's talk about it. Speak on it.
Yeah, it's more about, it's like the pick your poison, right? It's like not a great answer here. Like, okay, let's just run down the teams. Heat, they're running it back with their team. There's amazing regular season team.
Yep.
Best defense, one of the best defense in the NBA. They're not missing the play. They're not missing the top 6.
We know
Celtics added Brogdon. They're not missing the top 6, okay? Bucks, Giannis, Middleton. They're not missing the top 6. 76ers, they just re-signed James Harden. Another year of Tyrese Maxey. Joel Embiid. Our top number 2 in MVP voting this year. They're not missing the top 6.
They're not.
The Raptors and the Bulls are the only 2 teams. Now, I like Scotty Barnes a lot. I think he has a lot of potential. He just won Rookie of the Year. I don't think the Raptors, they're in a team on the ascent, not the descent.
Okay.
I look at the Bulls as a team kind of mixed feelings about them because, I watched DeMar DeRozan a lot on the Spurs when he was on the Spurs. He had some subpar seasons compared to what he had in Chicago. And, the Spurs missed the playoffs a couple times. I'm not obviously to have Zach LaVine have much better pieces, but out of those 6 teams, I would pick the Bulls.
I think with them, the biggest concern is the injuries. We know Lonzo's history. He's a great player when he's on the floor, but every year there's a new injury. Caruso, as much as I love him, snapped his wrist last year. Vucevic, getting a little older. He's slow on defense.
Exactly.
I would have liked to see them make the play for Gobert. Pat Will, where has he been the last 2 years?
100%.
Great when he's on the floor, never around.
Yep.
I don't hate the Bulls pick just because of how loaded the East has become.
Yep.
Funny how that works. Once LeBron leaves, the East gets really good.
Right.
So I'm with you there. LeBronto. All right, let's move it on. We'll keep it moving here. Hit me. What do you got, Fred?
In everything we've been talking about on the show tonight, we haven't mentioned the Brooklyn Nets once. Now
they weren't a top 6 seed.
No, exactly. Now think about that. They had Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
They had Kyrie Irving.
They were loaded.
They were loaded.
You're not going to mention Ben Simmons? I mean, they did have him. He didn't play, but they had him. I agree.
It's wild to me. But continue.
That's the team to watch of the summer. Who knows where KD goes? I think we all assume Kyrie's going to end up back with LeBron in the sidekick role that he was so dominant in back in Cleveland. But I'm excited to see what they do. I think Sean Marks is going to set the league on fire. My money's on Toronto, actually, for Kev.
Me too. Let's
move on to 2K. A little fun, little take a turn on it. So Devin Booker was named this year's cover athlete for 2K23. Do you think he deserves it? Michael's on the championship edition, of course, with the 23. You had to give it to him. But for my money, I would have picked Ja. What do you guys think?
Does he deserve it? That's a very strong word, deserve it. In short, yes. Yes, I think he deserves to be the NBA, the cover of NBA 2K. Shout out to Runny 2K as well for NBA 2K. But yes, Devin deserves to be on it. He's earned his stripes in the league up until this point.
Of course.
He's all NBA selection, all-star selection. Also, he's a Mississippi kid.
Of course you do. Of course you want Book.
So yeah, shout out to D Book. But yeah, seriously, he's earned his stripes up until this point, and he's going to continue to ascend. He's according to some experts, he's closer to Kobe mentality-wise.
Don't do that to me, Fred. I thought we had something special. On that note, folks, Faith, what do you think? Fred needs a wellness check from the back. Go ahead, Faith.
I definitely do. I know because he's a younger athlete, a lot of times they try to limit it and just like, okay, let him get more experience. I feel like he played his butt off. Playoffs, he stepped up in a couple times. Chris Paul, when he was struggling, stepped up, but it was times he fell short. But as a player, it happens in life. You're going to have off games and everything. But he definitely stepped up in that leadership role and carried his team whenever Chris was hurt and being there and being a leader, a vocal leader. So I definitely think he earned it.
Yeah, it's an interesting question because he had a great season. And I think one thing that gets missed, the things miss out is like, just because he lost in the playoffs, it doesn't mean the whole season was bad. Like, he had a great season.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think he was first team All-NBA.
I think he's the best shooting guard in the league. I'm not
over Steph Curry?
Steph's a shooting guard now? Steph's a shooting guard now? Are we talking?
I had the discussion with someone earlier. In my mind, I thought Steph was a 2, but apparently, technically, he's a 1.
Steph is a 1 and a 2, baby. What?
Oh, he's absolutely he's the prototypical combo guard.
But what is he listed as?
I just think if we're talking about he's listed as a point guard.
Okay.
I think he's officially eclipsed Isaiah, which as much as it kills me, Zeke was an absolute killer. I think Steph's the second best point guard of all time with this championship. However, if we're classifying him as a point guard, I think Book has to be the top dog at the 2 spot, especially, like you guys said, first team All-NBA appearance, first time. Congratulations, Book.
Yeah.
Congrats on that contract extension, too.
Yeah.
We got to talk about this off air. The best 2 guard in the league right
now. Right now. I'm going with Devin Booker.
I'm going to say no comments.
They won 65 games, Fred.
I'm going to say something just to the 2K
Suns
cover.
won 65 games, not Devin Booker.
And then they lost by 50 to Luka.
To the 2K cover.
Dallas Mavericks.
2K cover, I'm going to say Jokic.
Oh.
2-time MVP. How can you say anything about it? I mean, he's like literally, like he's got the persona too. He's a Joker, man. You could have made an amazing cover off of that.
I would have gone with him. I would have gone with
come on.
No, come
Dude,
on.
come on.
I would have put the video of him pulling up to get his MVP trophy on his horse. That could have just been the cover.
Watching Joker play.
Oh my God.
That's even worse than the Kobe take, Fred.
Yeah.
All right.
No, come on. Jokic is an MVP for a reason.
You mentioned the back-to-back MVP.
Yeah.
Let's go there next.
Sure.
Who do you think wins MVP in 2023?
The way too early pick.
It's July. We all know it's early. Things can change. Obviously, we know there's a lot of moving pieces going on right now with Mitchell and KD. Who knows with Kyrie? But what do you think?
You know what? You know who I'm going to go with? I'm going to shake the table with this one.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay. I'm not shaking any tables with that.
That was so much more tepid than your last two takes. I was ready for something crazy.
Now think about this. We've been on this show. We've been talking on this show the entire time. We haven't mentioned the Bucks or Giannis the entire time, and I think that's crazy. As borderline insane that we haven't
best player in the
Giannis.
league, no doubt in my mind.
Putting up over 30 points per game, over 12 rebounds per game, a couple blocks.
Amazing defense. We know what he does.
Yes, I think one of the only players in NBA history to have a defensive player of the year, an NBA Finals MVP, and a regular season MVP.
I think it's just him, Jordan, and Olajuwon, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And so to cut that short, he is my way too early MVP for next year's season.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think
Faith, who do you got? Speak on it.
Okay, Giannis is a great player.
Oh,
no.
That would shake the table if DeMar wins MVP.
Giannis is a great player, but
said
honestly,
DeMar.
I've seen a couple games, and it's like, is he that clutch player? Sometimes he's choking this in
Oh,
clutch.
he did have 50 in a closeout game in the finals.
Let's let her finish. Let's let her finish.
He has.
Go ahead.
But I'm saying I've seen moments where it's the final couple minutes, you missing layups, wide open layups, free throws. Those are free. There is no reason any NBA player should be missing free throws. In my opinion, I think it's either Steph Curry. He's stepped up. He's consistently, and I think because he's already known as greatness, we don't give him that MVP title when he should have been. He should have had more than he has now. And I might even add Luka. I definitely feel like he has to step
That was
up.
going to be,
Yeah,
that was
that
going to
was
be
his
my
decision.
pick.
That's
He's
my
going to
pick,
step
too.
up. I
Woman
mean, now
after my
that
own heart.
Bronski is gone, so it's just like he steps up. He already steps up, but it's like now you got to be the man. You know, you're two men. If you have an off game, your go-to guy is not here anymore. So now you have to adjust with these new guys. You got to step up, be that leader. So I'm going to say
Curry or
Luka or
Luka?
Steph.
Oh yeah,
All right,
Luka's been stepping up.
I was gonna
with
say
40
Luka.
shots attempts a game, but we can go. We can
Okay.
continue.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have a more offensive load without Brunson next year, so that's a good pick. I mean, he's always a preseason favorite, so, like, you
Of
can't go
course.
wrong there.
He's got to get
Yeah.
one at some point. He
He
averages
has
20,
to.
28, 9, and 9 for his career through 4 years, and his numbers
Yes.
get better in the
Yep.
playoffs. His usage is
Exactly.
through the roof. But Luka's a
Yeah.
great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my pick, just if I'm not picking Luka, and I think Luka's a great pick, I'm going to go John Morant. I mean, he's
Oh.
electric guy. You know,
I'm
he's
Okay.
sorry.
One
I'm
more
so- yeah.
leap. One more
Yeah,
leap for
he's
Ja. I
great
like it.
You
I
know,
like
he already
it.
made the leap this year, but next year, you know, Triple J is out for 4 to 6 months. He's going to have to put on even more of a show to win games. And we've seen, like I said, Jokic won back-to-back MVPs. One of the first times, one of the few times in NBA history where a non-top 2 seed wins an MVP, right? That normally it's like the best player in the top 2 seed gets it. That's kind of changing now.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I don't think the Grizzlies are going to have a top 2 seed, but I think because of that precedent getting changed, I think John Morant has a great chance.
Are you guys ready for the table to shake? Since y'all took my pick, Luka.
Let me guess, Michael Jordan.
KD?
Hell no, not Michael Jordan, not KD. I'm going with my man Kermit, Anthony Edwards. The Timberwolves finally put a lineup around him. That's the
horse.
guy who's going to take the leap.
Dark
We talked about Ja's leap last year, bringing Memphis from a fringe playoff team to a dominant regular season lineup. They took the Warriors to 6 games. And who did they almost lose to? Who gave them the most problems? The Minnesota Timberwolves. They blew 3 20-point leads. Sadly,
Yeah.
D'Angelo didn't help too much with that for my purposes. But for me, Anthony Edwards is the guy who's ready to take that leap. He's got next. I think he's very close on the fringe
Yeah.
of being a top 15 player as it is.
I
He's
agree.
got all the skills in the world, and he averaged 30 in his first postseason series of his career.
In my opinion, in 3 years, Anthony Edwards can be the best player in the NBA.
1,000% agree with
I
you.
agree.
Yeah, I
I agree, but like, I mean, he's not even make the All-Star team. Like, let's go step by step
Whoa,
first.
it's
You know,
a
like,
lock that
Yeah,
Ant's
he
gonna
will,
make.
he will.
Did you see Hustle? Just on votes
I
alone.
love
Right,
Hustle.
Just on
right.
votes
Right.
alone, Ant's getting
Yeah, I
in.
mean, he was great in hustle, but like, I mean, like you said, because of the top 15 player, do top 15 players win MVPs? No, most of the time they don't. But like, I mean, I can see the argument for it. That year 3 jump is when most of these athletic
Yes,
young
sir.
guards make that leap. So I definitely give credits to that argument.
All right, I got one more question for us here tonight. If you could make an all-time NBA Mount Rushmore, who's on it?
All right, I'm going to go
Well,
first.
You got
I
it.
was gonna let
You got
you
it.
go first.
Fred
No, I
got
was
it
gonna let you
first.
You want
first.
me to go
Fred
first?
was ready.
Oh,
Unch, you want to go
Fred's ready.
first? Who got it? Rock, paper, scissors? What are we doing here?
I'll go first.
All
I'll
right,
go
Fred.
first. MJ.
Yep.
You know, I think that's a given.
It's a given.
My second personal Mount Rushmore, I'm going to go with Kareem.
Okay.
Okay.
Solid.
MJ, Kareem. And now, before I finish, I love the suspense, right? Before I finish, here's my criteria for the Mount Rushmore in any high level event, but especially the NBA. How the player, of course, performs on the court, how they perform off the court, things that they do in the community. Us as viewers, we don't know them personally, but the type of people that they strive to be, in the community, on the court, off the court, and just all around individuals.
So you're taking Karl Malone?
And so,
Oh my God.
that's what that mailman needs to go back to the post office. And so, with that being said, of course, MJ, Kareem.
Sir.
Come on.
Sir.
Bill Russell.
Okay.
Okay.
Bill
Okay.
Russell.
The Pioneer.
Oh yeah, he played. Listen, he played for the Celtics back in the '50s. A black man. That says nothing in itself. So MJ, Kareem, Bill Russell, and now, all right, now I'm stuck between LeBron, Kobe, Magic. I'm gonna go with LeBron James.
Good choice.
So my four.
It was gonna be
my
crazy.
my four is MJ, LeBron, Kareem,
Okay.
and Bill Russell.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Faith.
So I'm going to stick with my man Steph Curry. Definitely changed the game of basketball.
Fair.
Before he started dominating, Golden State became the legacy that they have. You notice everyone, if it's a fast break layup, it's a 2-on-1 or a 1-on-1, everybody's stopping at the 3 and shooting. Nobody attacks the paint anymore. It makes a layup.
Yep.
You can't tell me he's not one of the top players all around that changed the game of basketball.
Right.
Steph Curry,
Ooh.
MJ,
Of course.
Kobe,
Mhm.
Kareem.
No,
I like it.
LeBron.
I'm happy that you put the Black Mamba in there. That
Okay.
well done. Unch,
Yeah.
give it to me.
Okay, I've got MJ, LeBron are just like, I don't know how you can't have them too. But okay, MJ,
You're gonna hate
LeBron.
my list.
Yep. MJ, LeBron. And then I'm going to go Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh, I
Wow.
like that. Most
Okay.
skilled
Hakeem.
big to ever play the game.
100%.
I love it.
He won,
Top 4.
one of the only championships without an all-star teammate. I mean, he's got that 6-seed run when in 95, nobody picked him to win. Like, they were just a complete
Yeah.
underdog.
Swept Shaq in the finals. Swept them.
Swept Shaq in the finals.
A
Exactly.
young Shaquille O'Neal.
And
With Penny in his prime too.
And then I'm gonna go with Steph Curry as well. I really
Great minds think alike.
think. I mean, he's been a great player. But with the Mount Rushmore, it really matters with accomplishments, and
Yeah.
you could have made an argument that even without this year, he was already on there. But I think this one just solidified him on there. And I love Magic, and they both changed the game. But man, you go to the gym anywhere, you just see
Exactly.
53s getting jacked up.
You see kids throwing them up from half court.
Yeah,
They didn't used to do that.
And it's a good thing.
So
but
you
that's his
guys,
job.
you guys
But the
clearly
Mount- but
didn't
the-
listen to the logo
the Mount
when he
Rushmore.
spoke to us on Monday. Jerry West told us himself
Yeah.
that he does not like that everyone passes up fast break threes.
I hate that.
And
No,
all the
personally,
kids are
I hate
going
that.
out there and shooting 53s and not working on their post game. The
Yeah.
logo himself
Fast
told you
break-
guys
No,
that.
I personally
I
hate
agree
that.
Steph changed the game. He definitely
He
is in the
did.
conversation. But I don't know if he changed it for the better. He
Oh, I
cha-
think he
Okay,
changed it.
what
I think
he
he
does
changed-
is special. The problem is you can't replicate it. Everybody thinks
Yeah.
they're Steph Curry,
Exactly.
and not everybody is Steph Curry.
Which is why
Even
he's
that's-
not on the
Even
Mount Rushmore.
But
Trey,
at this-
right? So Trey tries to replicate everything he does. He shoots 35% from three. He's nowhere near Steph Curry.
Exactly,
I
but
think
that's
he's a
when
great
you're
Greatest
player.
Trey
greatness.
is
Yeah.
he tries to be Steph because of what Steph
Exactly,
did.
and when you're great, people are going to try to imitate you, and they might not be successful, but they definitely imitate you. I hate that nowadays kids pass up layups. I was definitely, when I used to hoop, I was let's attack the paint as a one-on-one, get that N1,
All day.
knock down the free throw.
I actually.
And go
Oh,
ahead.
is it-
Oh, I was going to say, and then
yeah.
it's like you pass up, you have a wide open three, and then don't even make it. So it was a waste of the hustle that your team just went through to get fast break, and you pulling up and miss.
So we are running out of time, but I am just going to upset all of you real quick
Oh.
without putting LeBron on my list, even remotely close.
Oh,
Okay.
I want no part of him on my Mount Rushmore. Of course, the GOAT, Michael Jordan, has to be on there. For me, I'm going to go with a hybrid spot at 2. I think Magic and Bird are synonymous with each other. They save the NBA. They represent everything good
2 and
about the
3.
game of basketball. No, they're going to split the 2 spot.
Oh, wait a second.
Kobe gets the 3rd spot without any shred of a doubt. The Black Mamba, the intensity, the 5 championships, the Kobe Shaq era, the Pau Kobe era, the girl dad era, the advocacy for the game of basketball.
WNBA as well.
RIP, the WNBA.
Yeah.
He was an advocate. He was a legend. He's my personal favorite. No way he's not on it. And for me, I like the Olajuwon pick. I like the Steph Curry pick. But I'm going to steal Fred's Bill Russell pick. I think
You're welcome.
Okay.
as far as revolutionizing the game, truly changing it from within, for, like you said, for a black man to play in the city of Boston from 1950 to 1965, he said the worst racism he ever experienced was in his own home. He couldn't walk home at night and feel comfortable. And the man won 11 championships.
Yeah.
11. And 2 more as a coach. I don't know how you don't put him on it. He's the ultimate winner. So those are my 4. I know it's 5. I'm aware Magic and Bird count as 1, but they come hand in hand. From college all the way through the pros, they both had shortened careers. Magic due to AIDS, Larry due to the back injury. But without them, we're not sitting here right now.
That's right.
So I'm going to go with those 4. I guess we'll call it 5. From all our friends here at the Sports Business Classroom, the Sound Off, we're sounding off here from Vegas. Have a great night, everybody.